Look, I'm this now, but I wasn't always this. I used to be an anime girl. If you watch my first few YouTube videos, they're terrible. I'm still learning YouTube, and they were my first attempts at it. You'll see a chibi version of me and a talk about a full anime VTuber model I was making. And I actually finished the PNG and was getting ready to rig it. But then I made a stupid little doodle during D&D, and I was hit with this identity crisis of what do I want my persona to look like. And I think a lot of artists are in this boat right now, because deciding on a persona feels very permanent, even though the chances you'll get it right the first time are very low. Also, how people represent themselves in their lives changes, usually year by year. So it's natural personas, how we artistically represent ourselves, will change as well. The issue is we are now making personas to be the face not only of ourselves, but also our business/livelihoods. Artists are encouraged to make personas to be a brand. Because if you want to be a successful artist, in terms of freelance, you need a social media following and a network. And if you're not using your flesh face, you're likely using your drawn face, aka a persona. But that's a whole other talk, and I'm here to talk about my dumb little gal. So, I used to be an anime girl, and now I've jumped ship and am suddenly a black and white cartoon-inspired gal with no mouth. And gosh, am I glad I did it. Because a dumb little sketch character is so much more interesting for me than an anime girl. And it's so much more fun for expressions. Absolutely no hate on anime, I am a thorough enjoyer. I'm just not good at drawing in the style. Like, I lack in anime, but anime artists have never lacked, okay? I made this design with no mouth, and as I make videos and I sketch them more and more, I'm realizing how much that's pushing me as an artist. Because the easiest way to show expression on a character is their mouth. And a mouth can work independently of eyebrows and eyes to make more complex expressions. Like, you can make eyes that are scared, then make the mouth smile, and there you have a scared character that's trying to act normal. So I have a whole layer of expression that just isn't there in this persona, which makes me have to rely a lot more on body language, in turn forcing me to be more expressive with my poses. I've also found that her face, being such a defining feature, means I can really play around with her outfits and still have her be recognizable. That's even what I'm drawing in this video. It's 2 outfits for my persona. The first is for an upcoming video, the next is an Alice in Wonderland themed look I just did for fun. I also get so much entertainment out of having a creature with a cinched waist. Every time I draw them, they get a corset because it cracks me up. Their waist isn't actually that small. Their body without a corset is just round. The corset adds interesting shape, but make no mistake, they are meant to have chub on them. There's a lot of little details I can get into about my persona, like the light shining from under their mask face is meant to break up an otherwise completely black, gray, and white design. That one little detail adds so much to the design, and it genuinely brings me enjoyment every time I draw it. And it makes me look back and think, why was I even trying to be an anime girl in the first place? The answer's actually pretty obvious to me. I got really into VTubing, specifically the making of 2D models. In fact, my past iterations of my persona were models I rigged myself. And a lot of the early videos I watched about the topic said you needed to be a hot anime girl for people to watch you. So I made myself an attractive anime girl. But in reality, that's not exactly correct. And I'm seeing the narrative shift a lot more now, where many people are actually looking for VTuber models outside the norm. My new take is you need to be an attractive anime girl if you're looking to gain an audience of men who only watch attractive anime girls. and I do not have the skill needed to make and maintain that kind of audience. All I know is be dumb and eat hot shrimp chip. I still want to turn this gal into a VTuber model. I have a lot of interesting rigging ideas for her. Like, I'd love to make her move weird. The way old black and white cartoons did. You know, before artists were expected to study animation, it was a time where you just had to figure out what the heck was going on, so it looked funky. And I want to be funky. This is all to say I made this video as a gap filler between storytime projects. It turns out I can't make storytimes fast enough to get them out every 2 weeks. Who knew? And I have a bunch of new subscribers I wanted to get something out for. So sincerely, thank you everyone who followed me. All the love and support I've been getting has meant the world to me and has really made me excited to continue this journey. I also think I've reached all of my number goals I set in my goals for my first year of YouTube video, which is crazy and insane. It figures the next video I made was the one that popped off, and I immediately reached my first year goals. So as one of my commenters pointed out, I now have to set new goals for my first year of YouTube, and I genuinely don't know what to set because I'm still just so thankful that I reached any of those milestones I reached. I guess all I can do is say once again, thank you everyone so much for the support, like the kind words you've been giving me. It's been an amazing few weeks. I'd love to hear your opinions on my persona. Are you enjoying my weird gal? Do you have any suggestions for future projects? I will be making some OCs in this style, so I can have them as paid actors for future projects. You can expect that to be a video too. So, do you have any ideas for super weird characters I can make? I think that's all for now. I'm Looz, by the way. Thank you for watching, and one day I'll think of a good end video line. Okay, bye!